"Ma'am, is that your husband with that woman?" the security guard asked quietly. I froze, staring at the hotel lobby screen. He leaned closer. "You need to see this right now." My world shattered in seconds. My name is Olivia Carter, and I'm 34 years old. I've been a nurse for over 10 years, and I always believed in loyalty, family, and quiet sacrifice. My life was simple: long shifts, tired feet, and coming home to a husband I thought loved me. I helped him build his small business while I worked double shifts. I believed that one day we would have a peaceful home, the kind I never had growing up. My childhood was loud and unstable, so I promised myself my marriage would be different. My in-laws never respected my job. They compared me to the favorite daughter-in-law, the one who married into money and wore perfect clothes. I wasn't rich or glamorous, but I was dependable. I was strong. I was committed. I trusted my husband completely. I ignored the red flags, the late nights, the strange calls. I thought love meant patience. I thought sacrifice would make me enough. I was wrong. That day at the hotel changed everything I believed about love and family. If you've ever felt overlooked or underestimated while giving your best, this story is for you. Subscribe and share if you've trusted someone who didn't deserve it. Click hype and connect with this community before we continue. You are not alone. I only went to the hotel because my mother-in-law insisted. She said, "Family needs to see unity." My husband told me he was out of town on business. I believed him. The lobby smelled like strong coffee and expensive perfume. I felt out of place in my simple dress. Then the security guard called me over. He showed me the live screen. My husband walked in, smiling, holding another woman's hand. She wore a ring. My ring. Staff greeted her like she belonged. "Welcome back, Mrs. Carter," one said. My chest tightened. I walked toward my in-laws. They had seen it too, but no one looked shocked. They looked annoyed. My mother-in-law said, "Don't cause a scene." I whispered, "You knew?" She shrugged. "Maybe if you acted like a real wife, he wouldn't need someone else." People heard. They stared. Some whispered. One laughed. I felt the floor move. I confronted them. "How long?" My father-in-law said, "This is business. You should understand." I realized then they planned everything. The woman was a partner's daughter. They wanted her money, her connections. I was never part of their future. I was just temporary. I called my husband. He ignored me. When he finally answered, he said, "You embarrassed me today." I said, "You cheated." He replied, "It's temporary. It's for growth." His voice was cold. Days later, his parents came to my home. They placed divorce papers on the table. "Sign quietly," his mother said. "We will handle everything." I asked for a lawyer. She smiled. "If you fight, you will regret it." They threatened to isolate me. They spread rumors. Soon, people at work looked at me differently. A patient's relative whispered, "We know what you did." I realized they told everyone I cheated first. I felt broken. I cried in my car after shifts, but something inside me hardened. I met my husband one last time. I asked, "Did you ever love me?" He said, "You were never enough for this family." I stopped crying. I said, "Fine, I will sign." They relaxed. They thought they had won. I pretended to agree. I smiled. They became careless. They forgot who I really was. What they didn't know was I had been preparing for this moment longer than they imagined. I noticed strange things in the business years ago. Bills that didn't match, fake clients, suspicious payments. I saved emails. I recorded meetings. I kept copies of documents. I never planned to use them. I just wanted security. After the hotel, everything changed. I contacted someone quietly. I kept acting weak. They insulted me daily. My mother-in-law said, "You should be grateful we kept you this long." I nodded. Inside, I burned. Fear tried to stop me, but every time I remembered their laughter, I felt stronger. I wasn't just leaving, I was exposing them. My ally was my cousin Daniel. He was always treated like the black sheep. He called me after the hotel. "I know something is wrong," he said. I told him everything. He wasn't surprised. "They've been hiding illegal deals for years," he said. He helped me access hidden accounts and upcoming contracts. Together, we built the case. We met in quiet cafes, speaking in low voices. He said, "They think they are untouchable." I replied, "They are wrong." Meanwhile, the family grew arrogant. They planned a public engagement party. My husband invited business partners, friends, and relatives. They expected me to disappear. Instead, I prepared. I studied every document. I met legal advisors. I practiced what I would say. The days felt slow. The sound of the clock at home was louder than my thoughts. I stopped crying. I stopped doubting. I became calm. The night of the party arrived. The hall was full of music and laughter. I walked in, heads turned. My husband smirked. "You came to beg?" he asked. I said, "No, I came to speak." I asked for the microphone. His mother said, "This is not your place." I looked at the crowd. "You all deserve the truth." I revealed the affair, the lies, the manipulation. People murmured. My husband shouted, "Stop!" I continued. Screens lit up behind me. Emails, recordings, fraud, illegal deals. Gasps filled the room. Business partners stepped back. My father-in-law turned pale. My husband tried to grab the microphone. Security stopped him. Sirens sounded outside. Authorities entered. Daniel had reported everything. The other woman and her father blamed my husband to save themselves. Chaos exploded. I looked at my husband. I said calmly, "You didn't lose me today. You lost everything the moment you betrayed me." I walked out of that hall free. Investigations followed. Their company collapsed. Court cases began. I focused on my work again. I slept peacefully for the first time in years. Daniel thanked me. He said I gave him courage. I realized I was never weak. I was patient. I was strong. I built a new life slowly, with dignity. Sometimes I still remember that hotel, but I no longer feel pain. I feel pride. Sometimes betrayal is not the end of your story. It is the moment you finally become the person you were meant to be. If you've ever been humiliated or betrayed by someone you trusted, I want to hear your story. Subscribe and share your experience in the comments so we can support each other. Your voice matters more than you think. Click hype to help this story reach others who need it. Standing up for yourself is tough, but you don't have to do it alone. Subscribe and become part of this community. Let me know this story helped by clicking hype, and tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing how far these stories travel. Thank you for being here. Where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments. If this story touched your heart, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories about resilience, dignity, and quiet justice. Because some lessons don't come with applause. They come with peace.